to talk about Drillpro feather boards. Maybe you bought a set, saw that good deal on Bangood. That's what I did. They come with absolutely no instructions whatsoever, so if you're new to this, you're not going to know what to do with this stuff, so I'm going to try to explain it here. Coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop. What I'm going to go over here are these feather boards made by Drillpro. I already had several sets of feather boards. These here are made by Craig. I use them here on my router fence, and I can also use them on the other side when I'm using my table saw. But I wanted to have a couple more for when I'm running the router table here and having the other fence set up for something else and having to move the feather board. I just want another set. So I happened to see these on Bangood. They were running a special. I don't recall what it was. Had these for a little while. I hadn't really had time to open them until today. Opened them up and I saw it comes with a lot of parts and pieces right here. No illustrations or directions or anything, and I could see right away that if you're not familiar with this type of thing, that you're going to be confused and not really know how it works or how it goes together. There's a couple of different pieces that come with it. Some are T-bolts. There's two different lengths, and they would fit into a T-track like what is over here on my fence, except I need to turn it like so, and that will lock in there. And then it comes with some that are beveled like this, and that's for holding into a 3/4 inch miter slot track. I've got one just kind of sitting here. Okay, so how does that go together? Well, you got this little piece of plastic here. Looks like this. You see one side's got a beveled hole. You stick that little beveled bolt up into that beveled hole, like so. Put that through the base of your feather board. You got these little plastic washers, like so. It goes on. Then your knob. And what you do then is set these tracks here, these plastic pieces, into your miter slot, like so. Now I'm going to get you in closer here so you can see this. So one thing you need to pay attention of is your feed direction. This, on my router table here, the feed direction is almost always that way. Otherwise you end up with a climb cut and things can get wild. So unless you're extremely experienced with using a router, don't do climb cuts. So, as I said, these little plastic slots here, these little plastic pieces fit down into your miter slot. It's a 3/4 inch miter slot. And you would set your, I'm just going to set one at random here. Then as you tighten these knobs down, that locks your feather board in place. And of course, you don't want to have this set so tight that it is making your wood go wonky. You want to have it just to put pressure there. And what this does is it keeps it against the fence and prevents anything from kicking back. Okay, to set this up to use with the T-track, you use your T-bolts. And the same thing, the plastic washer and then the knob. Make sure you have your feed direction the right way. And just slide this in here from the end. Of course, then you would set it for the thickness of your material. I'm just going to throw a push stick in there so you can get an idea. You want to have this down so it's touching the project, like so. But you don't want to force it down. Just have it just touching it. You would tighten your knobs up. That way your project can pass through this way like it should, but it can't get kicked back the other way. So if your material is passing through this direction, it cannot kick back very easy. You got to really jerk it to get it back the other way, and that's what you want. It's protection there, and it holds your work down against your bit. Of course, this would be the wrong direction. If I was using it on a table saw, I would just simply take these out, flip them around so that the feathers were going the right way. So that's just a little quick demonstration on how to use these feather boards to set them up. If you're familiar with feather boards, this was probably boring, you know, it's a complete waste of time. But if you've never used feather boards and you happen to get a set of these Drillpros that come with no directions, and I could see that people that are beginners or just starting out are like, how the hell does this work? So this will give you an idea on how everything operates. There are longer T-bolts in there if you need to double stack this. You could use the longer T-bolts and you could double stack this one on top of this one, and you would have twice the protection area and push down if you're using some thicker, heavier material. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. I'm Roger in the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. And no, I'm not sponsored. I bought these.